Check, hello. Check, hello. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Test. Check, 1, 2, 3. Test, mic check, hello, hello. Hello, check. Hello, hello, check, 1, 2, 3. Test, hello, hello, check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, test. हाँ ईपी ऑन ही है. Check, hello. Hello, hello, check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, test. Hey, hey. Okay. Okay, okay. Hello, hello, check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, test. Hey, hey, check, 1, 2, test. Check. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, check, 1, 2, 3. Check, hello, mic check, test. Close. Hello, hello, check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, test. 1, 2, test. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello, check, 1, 2, test. अन्ना जैसे कि वैसे हाथ नहीं लगा था. ठीक है, डन. तुम बोले, मैं सुना.
नहीं सर, एक मिनट बस। Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the final session of the conference. So, big round of applause for all the sessions that we have had so far, and for the excellently engaging and insightful presentations, right from the plenary sessions to all the concurrent research sessions. It was that good, so we thought that we'll make you hear it twice. And I also want to apologize for all the confusion from getting to the LT and the Khemka. Again, we wanted to add a little bit drama to the end of the session, so that's why. So with that, we have come to the end of the conference. So first up, we do want to, I know this is a moment that you've all been waiting for, especially the presenters. So we'll first have the Best Paper Award, and I'll invite Professor Sanjay Kalapur to announce that, and before that also reveal a little bit about the best paper itself. And so with that, I'll invite Professor Sanjay Kalapur.
So thanks, Apurv. It has been a great day and a half of stimulating papers and a good discussion within the within the paper presentation sessions as well as outside. As you might imagine, it has been very difficult to choose the best paper. Now, particularly in this case where there are papers from across different disciplines. We have both papers from law as well as from economics, finance, accounting kind of disciplinary background. There are qualitative papers as well as quantitative papers. We applied the criterion of across these papers, since there is the task given to me was to choose only one paper. I had to evaluate them on a common footing. And so the criteria first, and then the procedure I will tell you before I announce the name of the winner. I used the criteria of how relevant is the question. It could be a quantitative research, it could be qualitative, but this criterion applies to both. Is the analysis appropriate and convincing? Are there any threats to the validity of the argument? And if there are threats, have they been properly acknowledged? And has the researcher tried to mitigate those threats as much as possible? There is no perfect paper. There is no perfect argument. Every paper has its limitations. And all this goes back to something in the 1950s. A philosopher called Tolman came up with what is called the structure of an argument. Okay, and this Tolman argument pattern is taught as a writing skill to high school students across the world, in the US and across the world. So so what Tolman says, the key element is, first there is a claim. Each paper says, okay, this is what this is how things are. There are grounds for the claim. There is evidence, the facts, the data, or the reasoning that supports the claim. Then there is a warrant, that there is a deeper link between those facts and the claim. It's a logical link. It could be a mechanism of how the facts that you mention link to the claim that you are making. Then there are a couple of others, and finally there is, the most important is rebuttal. That is, are there any potential counter arguments to what your claim is, and how do you argue, how do you counter argue against those objections to your claim? Okay. So this is the structure of an argument. It is the structure of a research paper. It is the structure of a thought piece. It is the structure of any essay. Okay, so that's what we used. Now, in terms of the specific procedure, the session chairs from each session gave the list of the best paper from that session. Then that was further whittled down by Apurv. So 8 papers were given. He further whittled them down to 4 for me, and I chose the best among those 4. I also looked at the other papers in each session just to ensure that if there are 2 very good papers in a session, then they are not disadvantaged. Okay, so on the basis of this, finally we chose the one best paper, which was a very hard decision, as I told you. And that paper is by Nitin Banil. It is about the impact of restricting incumbent participation on bankruptcy outcomes. Okay. So it is an important question. It can have both effects. It can firstly improve the recoveries. So I mean, promoters are not allowed to bid for the resolution of a bankruptcy. That is the issue. So the question is, what is the impact of that? On the one hand, it keeps promoters honest. Otherwise, they know that they can mess up and still go back into bankruptcy and recover their company by bidding a small amount. So it keeps them honest. But on the other hand, it decreases the recoveries to creditors in a bankruptcy. And he uses a beautiful research design called a research discontinuity design. It is one of the most powerful techniques available to us researchers to make convincing claims. And he looks specifically, the MSMEs are exempt from this rule. So he looks at companies that are the top among the MSMEs compared with the ones that are the bottom of the list of those who don't qualify. And that makes for a very convincing argument, a convincing research design. And of course, he carefully evaluates what could be the threats to the validity of that research design and argues for why that is not likely to be the case in his context. So congratulations, Nitin, and we will, yeah, why don't you come here?
Thank you so much, Nitin. Many congratulations, and thank you so much, Professor Sanjay, for those remarks on the best paper and also enlightening us with the context and the setting. Next up, we would like to begin with felicitating some special guests that we have had from IBBI. So I would begin with Sri Shiv Shankar, who is the CGM of IBBI. So Shiv, if you can please come up here, please. And Professor Sanjay, sorry, I should not have let you go. So if you can please help us with presenting the mementos. Sri Raghav Maheshwari from IBBI. Miss Anjali Priya. Sri Vimal. And Miss Ria Bansal. Sri Vimal maybe is not. Oh, okay. Oh, is not here? Sri Vimal is not here? Okay, perfect. Shri Shiv Shankarji, if I can please request you to give a vote of thanks on behalf of IBBI.
Good morning and namaskar. Respected Professor Sanjay Kalapo and Professor Hari Om Machiraju, sir, experts, industry leaders, insolvency professionals, registered valuers, ex-NCLT members, distinguished guests, esteemed researchers and fellow attendees. It gives me a great pleasure to deliver this vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee and IBBI on the 4th International Research Conference on Insolvency and Bankruptcy held at the Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. Yesterday we were privileged to have with us Mr. BVR Subramaniam, CEO, Niti Aayog, Dr. Bhushan Kumar Sinha, WTM IBBI, Ms. Anita Shah Akela, Joint Secretary, MCA. Their words of wisdom enriched all of us and greatly enhanced the entire discussions in the conference. A special thanks to Professor Dushwant Vyas and Mr. P.R. Ramesh for their esteemed participation. When I was walking outside after the inaugural address, I could see a sense of how these discussions, these academic papers, these industry experience that was shared by the leadership in the insolvency and bankruptcy ecosystem, how everybody was talking about that and how everybody felt enriched by the wisdom shared by all the thought leaders that were present in the inaugural address yesterday. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India accords high priority to research, and these international conferences are a reflection of this, our commitment to development of research in the insolvency landscape in India. We support and collaborate with academic institutions through organization of conferences and workshops by providing platforms, data access. In fact, some of the papers were purely based on the data provided by IBBI, and opportunities to research scholars and practitioners. IBBI is nurturing a vibrant research ecosystem that drives innovation and evidence-based policy making. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the presenters for sharing their insights and research findings on the critical issues of insolvency and bankruptcy. Your commitment to promoting research and fostering academic discussions on a very niche area of insolvency and bankruptcy is truly appreciated. In fact, when we say that we are committed to research, you must have noticed that in the two rooms, we had IBBI representatives throughout. Some of us were taking notes, and our chairperson, our WTMs are so interested that today morning also I got a call as to how the paper presentations are going on. They could not be here because of the pressing need to be there, because our annual day is only 2 days away, annual day celebrations, and that itself is again one major conference that we have every year. So we do take notes, and once we go back, we will present your papers, a synopsis of your papers back to our top management. So this is the level at which IBBI is interested in promoting research and academic discourse related to the insolvency and bankruptcy field of India. I would like to acknowledge the dedicated efforts of the organizing committee, both from ISB and IBBI, who worked tirelessly to ensure the smooth and successful execution of the conference. In fact, the 2-day conference over a Sunday and Monday, and which are very difficult days to have people interested on this, but still we had a large number of attendees, shows the commitment of the entire people who are organizing and those attending, that there is a lot of interest in these conferences and a lot of research interest in the ideas related to insolvency and bankruptcy. Your hard work and attention to detail are reflected in the high quality of the presentations and the overall experience of the participants. Out of a pool of around 109 proposals, close to 75 were initially shortlisted. Both ISB team and IBBI team worked with this. Following a rigorous procedure, 24 papers were chosen to be presented at this conference. So those papers who were presented today were, according to us, of a very high level, and all of those who made it to this level, they themselves shows that this it meets a very high standard. So I would like all of you to applaud for all the presenters who are here. I would greatly appreciate. I would also appreciate the best paper award that was selected again by ISB academic team, who went into the details and could find out best paper. But going by the Gen Z effort, there is a best paper, but there are bestest papers, and all 24 are the bestest papers. So thank you very much. I would like to thank all the attendees who took the time. In fact, I could meet some of the people from software wing, some students, some others who are doing research in University of Hyderabad, people from NALSER who participated in this conference. And that shows the cross academic interactions that are happening in these events and enriching the entire environment. Your active participation and engagement with the presenters and fellow attendees were crucial in contributing to the success of this event. We trust that you found this conference informative, enriching, and stimulating. I would like to express my sincere thanks to all my colleagues at IBBI, officers, research associates, assistants, and other staff members who worked tirelessly with dedication to ensure the smooth organization of this program. We started planning with this way back, around 6 months back, and it takes a lot of effort from our side as well as ISB side to make this success at the end. Last but not the least, I would like to end this vote of thanks by extending my heartfelt gratitude to ISB for being the perfect host. I could not find even one person who was not happy, who was not exuding lot of happiness by being here. The whole environment, the greenery, the birds, they make this the research efforts much more congenial when the researchers come here. So I thank Professor Sanjay Kalapo, Professor Hari Om for their significant contribution to the success of this conference. I don't, Apurv, Bhuvnesh, Sohini, I cannot take all the names, but the entire ISB team needs a big round of applause from all of us. The feedback on the hospitality provided by ISB has been overwhelmingly positive, with everyone praising the arrangements. Thank you all once again, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shiv, for that thoughtful address, and I think you very comprehensively covered everyone, so I won't rehash any of that. But thank you again, and I just want to sort of reiterate our gratitude on behalf of ISB for IBBI's involvement right throughout, from conceptualization of this entire program, the entire conference, and being with us at every step of execution. So a big round of applause for that. And if I can please call you back, sorry for making you do that extra cardio, but if I can please call you back, in particular for acknowledging and felicitating two members of the organizing committee, without whose support, like, this organization would not have been as seamless as you just pointed out. Ms. Sohini Datta and Ms. Preeti Sirapuram. So, although we sometimes are the face, but these are truly the backbone of everything that you see. And so we get to be on front, but these are the people who tirelessly work day in and day out and make sure that it's as seamless as Shiv pointed out. So thank you so much, and please join me in having a big round of applause. Thank you so much, Shiv. Thank you, Sohini. Thank you, Preeti. With that, I would like to now invite Professor Hariom Manchiraju to give a vote of thanks and the final remarks for the conference. Professor Hariom.
Thank you, Apurv. Good afternoon, everyone. Both Shiv and Apurv have done phenomenal job in doing the vote of thanks, so I don't want to rehash it. We want to thank IBBI for reposing faith in us and doing the conference here. The entire ISB team, including the AV services, the food and beverages, the faculty associates, the session chairs, PhD students, everyone had come together to make this event as enriching as it is. More than anyone else, I think it is the participants who make the conference success, who provide the energy to the sessions, and I thank each and every one of you to have come here and joined us for the conference. As we plan for next year's conference, I want you to keep in mind the key takeaways that emerge from this conference. That's let's view this IBC as a very holistic, as a key integral part of the overall business environment and ecosystem. That will open up a lot more avenues of research. There are a lot of complexities in it, and as one of the thoughts came up in one of the sessions today, there is the letter of the law, the spirit of the law, and then the judgment also, and finding the convergence of all is often going to be challenging, but that presents excellent research settings for us to dwell deeper into the interplay of various aspects of law, accounting, finance, economics, business strategy, and that's what this conference would aim to do moving forward. So with that, I will close, and I would thank all of you for coming here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next year's edition. Two closing points. We would have a group photograph here. All of you could come in. We'll stand in two lines, one above and one at the ground level. so that we can have a group photograph and cherish this memory. The second is the lunch is at the atrium, so right after photograph, we could go down and have the lunch. Thank you very much.
ఇదే కదా తీసుకోవచ్చు ఇక్కడ అంతే
జస్ట్ ఫేస్ పడ్డది అట్లీస్ట్